George Pickens taking that ball to the house right off the bat, 21.54 miles an hour, speeding in a fucking school zone. When I say Hall of Fame talent, that's what I mean. Okay? It wasn't just that. It's a 44-yarder, set up a field goal, 86-yarder off the bat, 66-yarder. This guy's he's a problem for defenses if he can just maximize his talent. And some of that goes to the offensive coordinator, some of that goes to the quarterback. But just hang in there, George, because these are the types of performances that could be more common for you if you get more help and if you have the right attitude. And I'll just say this. Pickens on the sideline, and I'm happy he's doing it because whatever you need to do to play better, do it. But, they panned to him on the sidelines, and he says, I don't hear anybody. That's his – I don't hear you guys. Well, you just went for 250. I think you hear us. I think you hear everything everybody said, and unless it's just a coincidence or Mason Rudolph is fucking Joe Montana and you didn't know it, like – the reason you played this way is because you took it personally. And I love that because that's what I would do. Maybe I wouldn't be able to run 25.4 miles an hour or whatever it is. And maybe I wouldn't have been as good as you were in that spot. But when somebody said something about me when I played, I took it personally, and you should take it personally, and you should go out and right that wrong. But to say you didn't hear anybody, I think you heard people perfectly, and I think that's the reason you balled the fuck out. So for George Pickens, more of that, dude. I love watching George Pickens play. And the question for the Steelers is, can they go on the road this weekend and get a win against Seattle and extend their season? They're in the playoffs right now, and by that I mean that every game is a playoff game for them. And, if you look at a situation like Baltimore, they could be resting people. So there's a real opportunity for you. If you go win this game, you never know what happens week 18. You could slide in the playoffs. And that I wish you guys felt that way when you played the Cardinals or when you played – a number of these teams that you've lost to over the last month of the season, but you can still make it right. 2 games away, right? And so if I'm them, go to Seattle, come together, pretend a bunch of people said bad shit about you this week. I'm going to say something bad about George Pickens every week. George Pickens, you have a long neck. Your neck is too long, okay? So I want you to take that personally this week, and I want you to go for 300 on the Seahawks. And get this win total for your boy, okay? Big fan, but you got a long-ass neck, okay? Also, George is not the coolest name in the world. It's not the coolest name in the world. It's not even a good wide receiver name. You hear me, George? Go for 300 this week.